Today, we're taking a look at the Trump class and its viability as a modern surface warship. We ask, are battleship-sized missile platforms like this actually necessary, and where, if anywhere, would they fit within modern naval doctrine? The recent announcements for a new battleship-sized warship, referred to as the Trump class, have sparked intense debate. Their supporters describe this as a return to overwhelming naval power, a platform capable of carrying massive missile batteries, large-caliber guns, or even a railgun. The theory is mostly simple. And that if modern warships rely on missiles, then a larger ship with more missiles would equal more power. Proposed railgun solutions promise extreme speed and range. A large hull could finally make railguns and their batteries practical. All of this on paper, the Trump class appears to offer unmatched firepower. But we need to understand how naval combat evolved. Why battleships disappeared, and why missiles replaced guns. For much of modern naval history, power was measured in steel and fire. Battleships were judged by the size of their guns. They carried some of the largest ever mounted at sea, capable of firing shells weighing as much as small cars, across many miles. The shells did not arrive instantly, and depending on range, a single shot could spend anywhere from 10 to 50 seconds in flight before reaching its target. Accuracy depended on complex fire control systems that combined optical rangefinders, mechanical computers, gyroscopes, and later radar. These systems did not aim at where the enemy was, but where it was expected to be when the shell finally arrived. Ships maneuvered during the shell's long flight, weather shifted, and the ocean itself introduced constant uncertainty. Successful gunnery required observation, repeated corrections, and a deep understanding of both friendly and enemy movement. Against predictable targets, especially other battleships on steady courses, these guns were devastating. But they had hard limits. Once fired, a shell could not change course. Large guns struggled against aircraft, submarines, and eventually guided weapons. As naval combat became faster and more dynamic, gun-based warfare fell behind. The railguns proposed on Trump class were once presented as a way to bring big guns back. By using electromagnetic force instead of chemical propellant, railguns promised extreme velocity, long range, and lower per-shot cost. But in practice, this technology struggles. Railguns do not solve the fundamental problem of naval gunfire. While their projectiles are faster, they remain unguided, and once fired, they cannot change course. The speed advantage is often also overstated. Most railgun concepts achieve only about twice the muzzle velocity of high-velocity battleship guns. That reduction in flight time does not eliminate the problem of prediction. At the extended ranges railguns are expected to operate, projectiles can still spend 20 to 30 seconds in flight, and even longer at maximum range. This means the Trump-class railguns would still rely on complex fire control systems to predict where a target will be, not where it is. Detection, tracking, and evasive maneuvering remain entirely possible during this window. Railguns demand enormous electrical power, suffer rapid component wear, and struggle to sustain a practical rate of fire. They also introduce serious electronic vulnerability and maintenance challenges for any ship built around them. Each shot also produces a powerful electromagnetic signature, effectively announcing when and where the weapon has been fired. Against maneuvering ships or missiles, even small course changes are enough to defeat the railgun's ballistic projectile. But missiles changed everything. Unlike guns, missiles do not rely on prediction alone. They carry guidance systems that allow them to track targets, adjust course during flight, and home in during the final moments. Missiles can engage ships, aircraft, and other incoming missiles at long and short range with high precision. Hypersonic weapons add more speed and unpredictability, further reducing the defender's reaction time. Naval warfare now depends on detection, networking, real-time adaptation, and precision strikes. Missiles fit this environment perfectly. At Ships of War, we can only assess new naval concepts using what is publicly known, historical precedent, and the realities of modern naval warfare. From that perspective, the proposed Trump-class battleship appears to have a very narrow window of usefulness. It could potentially operate against less technologically advanced adversaries, particularly within the Americas, where anti-ship missile saturation, hypersonic threats, and advanced submarine forces are still limited. In such environments, a large surface combat vessel might serve as a visible deterrent or projection of power. At this stage, we cannot know the full threat assessment held by the United States Navy, nor the strategic reasoning behind the Trump-class proposal. Those decisions are shaped by classified intelligence, long-term planning, and political direction that are not publicly available. What we can observe are broader policy signals. Recent shifts in United States foreign policy suggest increased focus on regional theaters closer to home. Areas such as South America, the Caribbean, and the Western Atlantic, including regions around Venezuela, Cuba, and Brazil. These are environments where peer-level naval opposition is less likely, and where visible naval presence still carries strategic and political value. In such theaters, a large surface vessel like the Trump class could be used in place of continuous aircraft carrier presence. Not as a direct replacement in capability, but as a lower-risk option in regions with limited anti-ship missile saturation, few advanced submarines, and reduced hypersonic threats. In these environments, the Trump class could function as a deterrent platform, a tool for power projection, or a way to expand missile capacity without committing a carrier strike group. However, this role would be highly specific and limited. In high-intensity theaters, such as the Western Pacific or other contested maritime zones dominated by advanced missiles, submarines, aircraft, and sensor networks, the Trump class would offer little advantage. Its size, cost, and visibility would become liabilities rather than strengths. Modern naval warfare rewards adaptability, dispersion, and guided systems that respond in real time. Missiles, aircraft, and submarines remain the decisive tools. As more information becomes available, we will continue to follow the Trump-class story and keep our viewers updated on its development. If you found our analysis of the Trump class useful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel to explore more naval videos.